Third step, take notice of any dream-stopping attitudes and change them. At this point in my dreams, even though I had acknowledged the wise child, I was far from being able to listen. This is partly because I hadn't gone through the same steps as I've given you so far. It took a few dreams for me to understand the importance, but mostly because I had become too consciously involved in the busy mode and had developed certain dream-stopping attitudes. So my observer dreams revealed a number of things I was doing to myself to keep from being able or willing to listen. Negative attitude. I was shown how my attitude had changed regarding life, keeping me from believing in my own inner wisdom in my dreams. When life gets busy or difficult, we have the tendency to think that all these things are happening to us, but in reality, we allow the natural busyness of daily life to cause us stress, distractions, and negative or self-deprecating attitudes. We do this to ourselves. In reality, life is simply occurring, and occurring for our benefit. We're learning important lessons every day, but not taking notice, because we're focused more on the negative, and even at times believing more in the perceived negative than our own inner wisdom and dreams. It's understandable to feel negative once in a while, or even for a few days, but when the negative becomes the norm, that's when it closes the mind and heart to the truth. And the truth is that you have all-knowing inner wisdom, which is being imparted through your dreams. Too busy attitude. I had also developed a too busy attitude. I had become so wrapped up in all the problems I was trying to fix that I felt I couldn't afford to stop and listen. In the dream, even though the child was trying to get my attention, I believed if I took the time to stop and listen, something important wouldn't get done. In my observer mode dream, I was reminded that fixing things is something my inner wisdom does best. The main purpose of your inner wisdom is to assess the most important lessons that you're learning and communicate that through your dreams in the easiest way, so you can work on those lessons. Yes, you need to make the conscious effort on the receiving end. Remember the radio example, you need to stay tuned in. But your inner wisdom does the rest of the work. When you get caught up in busy mode, it's easy to think it's all up to me, but it isn't. And the busy mode you is certainly not in the position to work out any problems. But your own inner wisdom, which knows all, is fully capable and up to the task. If you can learn to trust your own inner wisdom, trust in your dreams to communicate the wisdom, and trust in your own ability to listen, then you will be able to relax and let go. You won't feel the need to do it all yourself, and you'll be able to start looking toward your wise child for assistance. My observer dream also reminded me that communication with inner wisdom is one big circle. If you don't tune in for whatever reason, then you start to feel frustrated about not receiving from your dreams. The more frustrated you become, and the longer you stay in the busy mode, the more you consciously close off to your inner wisdom and your dreams, creating an endless circle of perceived non-communication and frustration. But the same endless circle occurs with open communication. The more you make the effort to stay open and trust, the more it creates a strong, clear channel that stays open. Another facet of my too busy attitude was that I had become too consciously invested in the busyness of daily life. I had become so focused on daily problems that I was unknowingly pushing aside all deeper thoughts and consequently ignoring any deeper wisdom that was surfacing. If you're invested in the problems of daily life, then there will always be something more important than stopping and listening to your wise child, your inner wisdom, your dreams. There will never be an end to daily worries, which will keep you running in worried circles. Daily problems and difficult situations will always be there. But if you're not willing to look at your own depth of understanding, then those problems will always be more like putting out fires rather than the life lessons that they are. Listen with the right attitude. You may also want to imagine being more deliberate in how you go about listening to your wise child. In a real situation, if a child is trying to talk to you at a time when you're extremely busy, if you choose to pay attention, it may not be in order to actually listen, but instead to quiet the child. So be mindful not to listen to your wise child just to quiet him. Think of how you would react in a real situation and be deliberate in your visualization to choose to listen with the right attitude. Don't pretend to listen just to quiet him. Don't hurry him along in what he has to say, and certainly don't shoo him away. Remember, he's been there a long time waiting patiently to get your attention so he can converse and communicate with you. If he's incessant about getting your attention, it's not to bother you, but to inform you of something he knows will benefit you greatly. He doesn't have just one thing to say, but if that's all you're going to allow, don't be surprised if that's all you get in your dream. This is your own inner wisdom speaking, so this child is someone to be celebrated, encouraged, and appreciated, not ignored, quieted, or shooed away. So listen with the intent to really listen, and you will assuredly hear and receive everything he has to say.